Hello, welcome to my weekly update. I hope everyone watching this has had a good week. I know for me, I've had a lot of little wins throughout the week, but nonetheless, I'm still very happy with the progress I've made. First though, I want to talk about the FDA's ban on natural desiccated thyroid supplements. First, I want to talk a little bit about what they are. So natural desiccated thyroid is a medicine that is made from powdered thyroid glands of sheep, cattle, and pig. It contains two thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, and is a natural alternative to synthetic prescription thyroid hormones that you would get from your doctor. This medicine has been used for over 100 years, both safely and effectively. So, what does this ban mean for people such as myself who have pretty serious thyroid issues but were left behind by the medical system? You know, to be honest with you, we have only one option, and that's to switch over to the synthetic prescription thyroid hormones. But there's a bigger problem at hand here. See, the lab standards that the medical system uses to both treat and diagnose thyroid issues are, how do I say this? I'll just be blunt, wrong. They don't take into account the individual's need for thyroid hormones, and they also don't look at symptomology as a way to diagnose this condition. So the situation leaves so many people, such as myself, who have turned to natural desiccated thyroid supplements for relief out of options. Like, what else can we do? For many people, you know, this isn't about preference. This isn't about, oh, this is easier. I don't need a prescription for this. It's not about that. It's about keeping your thyroid levels to a point where you're actually functional. And that includes myself. You know, hypothyroidism is one of my health issues that I addressed rather recently when you look at the grand scheme of my healing journey. And you know, I feel like I tried literally everything under the sun to address my thyroid issues other than natural desiccated thyroid. Just off the top of my head, okay, so I saw a conventional general practitioner, a conventional endocrinologist, a naturopath, and a functional integrative medical doctor, none of which could diagnose my issues. And what that means, if you look at it with someone like myself who's very complicated, was very touch and go for a very long time, and that means that you don't heal. Like, when you don't address your thyroid issues, it throws everything else out of whack. And if you're healing from something serious like I was, you stop making progress. And what also really sucks about that is that without the proper diagnosis, you get misdiagnosed. And when you're misdiagnosed, what does that mean? It means you spend an absolutely obscene amount of time and money on medical treatments that are unnecessary because they aren't addressing the actual issue at hand. You know, the frustrating part about this kind of thing when it happens, when the FDA kind of steps in and they want to ban things, is that they don't talk to anyone. Like, they don't come talk to people with thyroid issues that are using this medicine to manage their symptoms. They just kind of don't care and pass these regulations. And it's really frustrating because they have no real world knowledge of what's going on. It can be incredibly challenging, as I already stated, to find adequate thyroid care in our current medical system. So all of that said, I urge you to please visit savendt.org. I dropped a link down in the description. On that site, you can learn about ways that you can help to fight this decision. You know, the more people we get involved, the louder it gets. Maybe they'll listen and we can keep this medicine on the market. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do come January. I really don't. On the site, you'll notice there's a few different ways you can help, whether it's writing your congressman or signing a petition or posting on social media for awareness. Anything helps. And I have to say too, if you are affected by this decision as I am, please make sure to talk to your doctor about alternatives and keep an eye out for updates. I know I will definitely be posting them as I learn them on here, and fingers crossed that maybe we can somehow, I don't know, reverse this. Gotta try, right? Okay, so next I want to talk about, well, I'm still right here, I haven't moved. So next is post-acute withdrawal syndrome. That's still a thing. But I got to be honest with you, I don't think I would be where I am right now with my progress if it wasn't for me alternating between microdosing the peptide CerebroPep, and then on the days I'm not taking that, I'm taking microdose psilocybin alongside of lion's mane. So it's a very slow process. You know, I still have nights where I don't sleep well, but then I'll have nights I sleep great. So that's a huge step. At least I'm having some nights where I'm sleeping. Yeah, so, and my energy is starting to come back, and pain is starting to lessen somewhat. But yeah, it's definitely still a work in progress, but I've had some wins, and you've just got to celebrate those and move forward. Next is toxic mold exposure. So this is also a very long, drawn out process. It was the first time I detoxed, and it will be this time, I know that. I've made progress. I have some less pain. Like after I was exposed again, it felt like my entire spine was on fire all the time. That only happens kind of intermittently now, so it's not a constant kind of pain like it was when I first came out of that facility, but it's still a thing. I'm still having a lot of sinus issues, GI problems, that kind of thing, but I also, when I got exposed, I had some psoriasis breakout, not much, just on the back of my scalp, and that's starting to kind of calm down and go away. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with the binders and this nasal rinses and nebulizing the glycerin, that kind of stuff. And hopefully I will get through this hump soon and, start exercising regularly. Like this past week, I think I exercised twice without burnout, which is, I couldn't have done that a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to ride that momentum and keep doing what I'm doing. And, I'll get there eventually. And last but not least is something new that I've added to my protocol that I have really, really high hopes for, and that's low-dose naltrexone. So I'm making my own solution. I'm taking a 50 milligram tablet, I'm dissolving it in 50 milliliters of water, and it's something I may actually end up doing like a how-to video on a DIY version, and I'm going as low and slow as humanly possible. So instead of my starting dose being something like 0.5, I'm doing 0.1 milligrams. And I've started doing that like every other night, and then I'm going to build into doing it every night, and then I'm very, very slowly going to go up over the weeks. So being that I just started it a few days ago, I can't really tell you how well it works, but from my understanding is it's supposed to help a lot with pain and inflammation, and Lord knows I need help with that. So I'm going to stay with it, and hopefully I'll find my sweet spot soon, and some of this really uncomfortable stuff that I've been dealing with will be behind me. All right. I think that's it for this week. I don't think I have anything else. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next. Bye.